Hi, folks. I'm getting so many requests about telling stories about my past, and the book will be coming out soon. I'm down to the last chapter, and that's what I'm working on right now. So you'll hear about those stories. But here's a story that came to mind, and since it's raining out today, I figured, you know what, perfect day to tell a story. That was just something happened in my past. Well, one of the stories is I got to tell you, I was a gemologist, or I guess I still am, but I had jewelry stores. I had some rather large jewelry stores. And one day I'm in my store, and I probably have about, I don't know, probably about 10 people working for me at the time in that store. And I'm going in and out and doing my thing as I normally do, and I'm in a three-piece suit. Um, just going about my business. But anyway, very, very, very attractive couple comes in. Guy, girl, girl's blonde, very pretty, and I approached them. I said, "What can I do for you?" And they were like lovey-dovey, the arm in arm and stuff. And the guy says, "We're looking for an engagement ring." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, come here, sit down right here." So of course I put him in front of the engagement rings, naturally. And we sat down and started to talk, and they asked me who I was, and I told them Rick Sykes, I own the stores, and I said, "Oh, well, that's nice." And I asked them, and I can't remember what he did. It was some kind of professional guy, and I can't remember what it was, but he was very polite, very nice, and she looked like just very, very pretty. Very, I mean, not attractive, but real pretty. So if you got that, and they were giggly, etc. And I started explaining to them about diamonds, which is what I always did because that's just the way I do things. So I'm explaining to them and telling them all about the four C's: color, cut, clarity, and carat weight. I still remember those. Oh my God! And I explained it, and he was very interested in it. She just kept looking and looking and looking and looking, and you could see what she was interested in, just the rock. So I thought. So going on and on, watching these. She's looking at all the rings, and he's listening to me, and it's a good 15 minutes go by. Finally, all of a sudden, she goes, "That's the one I like." So she tries it on, and she's, you know how a woman when she puts her engagement ring for the first time, she puts her arm straight out and flashes it around and looks at it and keeps looking at it and flashes it up, flashes it down, flashes it sideways. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, and the facial expression on her, the facial expression was fantastic. And he's happy that she's happy, and I'm happy that they're both happy. I mean, I'm saying to myself, okay, I made a very nice sale. Um, and he's happy, she's happy. They're going to walk out and tell their friends, go to see Rick Sykes at Sykes LeBee Jewelers, and you know you're going to do well like we did. And that's all I was going through my mind. Nothing more than that. Well, so they're talking, and I said, and I was just polite, and I said, "Do you want me to give you a little time to discuss this, to talk it over?" And the guy looks at me and goes, "Oh God, no, 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 no. She loves it." And he looked at her. "Do you love it, honey?" "Oh, yes, I do. This is exactly what I've been looking for. This is exactly what I want," etc., etc., etc. I said, "Oh." So all of a sudden, the guy says to me, out of nowhere, he said, small talk. "So how long you been?" While she's admiring the ring. "So how long you been in business, and how long you been doing this? And boy, you're knowledgeable. You're pretty good." Well, just then, just in the middle of this little tidbit conversation, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a foot starts rubbing my leg, my lower leg. And I mean rubbing it. And I'm like, okay, okay. And it's rubbing it harder and harder. Now all of a sudden, 2 feet are rubbing my leg, but from the same person. And they're little feet. So I'm kind of realizing who it is. And she's looking at the ring, and I'm saying to myself, is this actually happening, first of all? And second of all, does she think that she's rubbing his leg and not mine? And the feet are, basically wrapped around my lower leg. And I'm like, the hell is going on here? I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to be, nonchalant, which was not easy. I mean, folks, let me ask you something. If you were in my position, what would you be thinking? What would you be saying? What would you be doing? So I'm acting so nonchalant, and I'm just doing so well, I think. Or which I was, not I think, I know I was. The next thing you know is the guy stops this little tidbit conversation. He goes, listen, he said, I got to go to an ATM and draw some money out. So I said, okay. Now, what scares me is, oh no, this is what's going through my mind. Oh no, you're leaving me alone with your fiance who's rubbing my leg? Ah! You see where I'm going with this one. So I'm like, oh, no, don't leave me, buddy, don't leave me. You're putting me in trouble here. Well, anyway, the guy gets up, excuses himself, and walks out the door. And there's an ATM, probably about 250 yards away from the opening of one of my stores there. And he leaves. And the girl looks at me and she goes, you are so nice. You are so handsome. And she said, can I get your number? And I looked at her. I said, no. I said, it's like kind of not ethical. She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, you're here getting an engagement ring with your boyfriend. I said, I have nothing to do with this. And she goes, yeah, but I like you. And I said, well, I like you too. And I said, and I like your boyfriend. But I said, but that's as far as this is going. I said, I don't get involved with clients. And she goes, no, but I really want to be with you. And I sat there. I said, look, you're putting me in a crazy spot. And I kind of whispered. And, the people that work for me, they kind of saw what was going on. And they're all like kind of giggling. And I mean, I'm in the hot seat. And she didn't stop. And she kept saying this to me over and over and over again. Let's meet. Let's meet up. Please, I really, really, really have a crush on you. I really want to be with you. I said, what about you getting married? She's like, oh no, we'll get married. But I have a crush on you. This went on for at least maybe 5 minutes until he came back, but to me it seemed like 5 hours. I mean, and he came back, and I said, okay, you ready? And he goes, yeah. And he goes back, gives her a kiss, she gives him a kiss. The next thing you know is I write up the sale, and they walked off happily ever after. Did I hear from her again? No, thank God. Did I ever hear from him again? Well, I know he came in and got wedding bands, and that's all I know because somebody did tell me, because somebody that worked in my store, they said they were laughing when they saw them come in and they got wedding bands. So maybe they lived happily ever after. But folks, you just never know. But I'm a stand-up guy. I just can't do that kind of stuff. I know girls that can. Everybody have a beautiful day. It's kind of wet and rainy here, and so stay dry if you're in the area. Ciao, everybody. Have fun. Rick Sykes. Hey, and do me a favor. If you did listen to this all the way through, would you kindly tell your friends to subscribe to my channel? And I really would appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.